what I have here is like the key principles that our data platform is based on. So we started building this a couple of years ago, and um, this will be really familiar to some of you that have been part of the session from earlier this morning, because decentralized, right? No longer like a central place for data or even a central team that's bringing all the data together. We want the data to be self-serve, and we want the data to be business domain oriented, like in our case, flights data, hotels data, rental cars, etc. We want to reduce the data movement and even reduce the copies, if you will, of data that we're making as we try to get more value out of the data. We want to reduce the time it takes for us to understand our data and derive insights from it. And then we want to have a federated governance model. So the reason I said this is going to be familiar to you is because these are the same principles that the data mesh is formed of. And I'm not going to a lot of detail on data mesh in my presentation today, but if you take all of these principles and then you add to it the data as a product, that essentially is the data mesh. And when we say data as a product, what we mean is, let's say, for example, that the hotels team is producing their own data. So we want them to not only produce it for themselves, but we want them to be responsible for distributing this data to the rest of the enterprise, like a product would be built. So, give the same quality considerations that would be provided if you were building a product for the end users to consume. So with these in mind, we've started, like I said, a couple of years ago, building a data platform in the cloud. And we were really excited with Starburst because they allowed us to deliver on this vision sooner than if we were to build something in-house on our own. The Starburst tool for us, the use case for us specifically, allowed us, because we were like partially in the cloud, partially on-prem, and then we had like thousands of databases from 1997 spread throughout the company with different technologies. It allowed us to put Starburst in a place where you could connect. The end user wouldn't have to know where the data is going to come from, and they were able to access data from everywhere in the enterprise.